Monday. Morning, guys. It's Monday, March 16th, 2026 here in Rusty, Rhode Island. So this is the disco gear for the van truck. These lights will go behind in the back, up in the back of the cab. And then this roller is going to go up on the dashboard. Then I'll have my Blaupunk stereo blasting out some funkadelics, freak out the neighborhood. This is all the shit you wanted when you were young, man. You wanted to have that super van everybody had. We had a few guys that had them. Problem was, every time they'd show up to pick a girl up for the date, the dad would say, "You ain't going out with him." Oh, man. So, man, we got a big storm came in. We probably got 2 or 3 inches of rain last night. Give you a quick look at the rain barrel here. This was empty. Now it's running over. Went down and checked my sump pumps and everything. Everything looks good down there. So far, so good. I've been able to divert enough water away from my property with French drains and things that so yesterday I was going to clean the garage out. 54 is still sitting out here in the weather. Ay! You can see the pretty crappy, but thank God it ain't snow, because we would have had another 24 to 36 inches. Let's see, my wind keeps whipping. See how it keeps changing direction? And when it does that, it means we're on the verge of a change. So the storm could be pulling out now, because the wind direction is changing. And if it goes to the winds blowing out of the northwest, it could get colder. Could change it. Last bit of the rain to snow. Sometimes that happens. Or vice versa. So yesterday, I sat around and figured, how can I attach these pieces where they won't move? And I came up with an idea that I drilled into it this way, through the metal and then through the plastic pipe. I then took some of those coated deck screws, screwed it in, and then I cut the heads off. So that's why you can still see a little bit of a hole. And I'm going to fill that in with some 2-piece epoxy. That's my plan, to make that a little bit more secure. Let's go mix that up real quick. So we're going to be mixing up the epoxy here. Just hit play early. Record rather. Start some music here. This is the JB Weld. I don't know if when I was young, we had what was called all metal, which was basically the same thing. And I remember the first time we used it, there was this engine that had a blown rod. I might have told you guys this before. I do tend to say the same thing over and over again. And we were able to, we took a plate, which I think was like an electrical plate cover from a junction box. I already had the screws and everything filled in. We drilled 4 holes into the block. We found bolts, and then we used this as like a gasket material. So we were able to fix the hole in the side of the block. And then we found another rod out of a lawnmower that was the same horsepower, and it worked. So we had a 10 horsepower go-kart motor, which back in the day was pretty good. Most people had like 2 horsepowers. So was funny too because it had a gear reduction system on the side of it built. We had to like cut all of that off to get to the main shaft coming out of the motor, the crankshaft. Things we did when we were kids. I mean, it took us hours with hacksaws to cut that thing off, one section at a time, trying to angle it off. But we had the time, summertime, and if you want something bad enough, we took a Lawn Boy lawnmower ride-on that we found in the dump, and we turned it in. We used that frame. They actually had like a tube frame, the Lawn Boys back in the day, and we didn't have money to buy the clutch, so we had it like direct drive, chain and gear to gear. So to stop, you had to kill the motor. We had this little jig where you pull and it was a string that would pull the spark plug off. I remember my father saying, "You're gonna get killed with that goddamn thing," but he still let us ride it. I think he doubled the insurance. I don't know. Our friend, his dad had a garage. Because the frame was kind of short, we took it over to him, and he cut it, and he extended and welded it back together. And he was giving us all lessons in gas, because he was all torch welding. And he was showing us how to weld it back together. I'll never forget that. I was like 8 years old, and I was learning how to weld with a coat hanger and an old torch. Back in the day, I mean, I see Chad acts like, you know, it's unique. It's not everybody used coat hangers because everybody had them. Most guys rented uniforms for the shop, so you had stacks of coat hangers. You know what I mean? When they brought the uniforms in every week. I wanted to fill in this little crack on this side too, so that the weather can't get in it. Any little cracks where weather can get into the box, I've been trying to fill it in. And this stuff is totally sandable, just like filler. What I do usually is I'll take my file and knock it down with the file and then finish with the coarse paper. JB Weld. You could see I buy it in the larger tubes. So I had a seam on that side that I filled in, just so that the weather can't blow into the frame. There's water getting in there, and then it freezes, it'll expand. Because it'll definitely hold the water. I showed you guys the piece I made from the cutting board now. I got to cut some pieces I'm going to put in here, little pieces of wood that are just going to fill in this little area there. I'll be cutting those later on, and that'll keep that any movement pretty much. We're about there, brother. I got to. I really been brainstorming this magnet thing because I want something that's not going to be, you know, sticking in intrusive. What I came up with is to have the magnets in this area. Got these magnets here, box magnets, which I could put like here, one there, and I would adhere them with a glue right to the metal, right with the epoxy right there and right there. But then I got to put like a little piece of metal right here because this is aluminum. It's coming together though. Actually got 3 of these magnets if I want to. I don't know how strong I want it to be to open that door, you know what I mean? So I'll probably try 2, and then if I need another one I'll put it there. Last thing I want is the mailman to say, "Hey, I can't even get your door open without being a weightlifter." Oh man. Yeah, I was gonna clean up the garage yesterday, but it stunk so bad in here from between cutting the PVC pipe and then the Rust-Oleum paint. I had to get out of here. I'd be flying like a. But that's such a versatile tool, that those cutters. I mean, I cut everything with that damn thing. I wait for the day I'll be hanging these lights in the van truck to go to the car show or something. Park over on the shady side. Alright, guys, see what's going on. Move my head over to block the light. Let me duck down a little bit. I'll have a halo. So now I got a halo. See y'all on Bad Chat.